Hey, how's it going out there today, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Trucker News, or as I like to say, hashtag Trucker News. Welcome to the channel, everybody. I'm an illiterate truck driver, and I'm going to try to read some news to you, the stuff I think you need to know, so you don't have to sit around and read all day like a nerd. Because you're a badass truck driver, more than likely. I mean, if you're watching this, you're not a truck driver, special salute to you. We go over trucking stuff here. I talk about the stories I think you need to know about. Like I said, I read them. I try to read them. You got to cut me a lot of slack. I went to public school a long time ago, and my literacy is about at a 45% now. I try, but it don't always work. Let's get into these news stories I got for you today. Hit that like button if you haven't already. First story of the day, FedEx is preparing their LTL unit for a spinoff. Yeah, bo. Yeah, bo. A long time coming, says Val Pass residents, as they now have a $2,650 fine for unchained trucks that spin out on I-70. There is officially no more parking allowed in San Antonio. We'll get to that one. That one's real perplexing, let me tell you. There's about one less railroad bridge to worry about. Come on. The California Highway Patrol puts a sober driver out of service for empty beer bottles and unopened beers in his mini fridge. Oh, that's a bummer. That is a bummer. Overnight truck parking pilot program going to kick off in New York City. It's going to offer metered commercial vehicle parking in industrial areas. 7 people have been deported after ICE raids a Louisiana truck stop. Damn it, boy. That ain't a damn it, boy. And an employee has been charged with murder of an Illinois trucking company CEO. So he murked the boss. That's where we're going to end up at. First story of the day, FedEx preparing LTL unit ahead of spinoff. Focus on higher shipment weights in lead up to 2026 separation. FedEx continues to pretty up the nation's largest less than truckload business, FedEx Freight. I didn't know that was the largest LTL in the country. That's interesting. They're ahead of a 2026 spinoff. However, a lackluster industrial complex continues to present a headwind during its recent fiscal quarter ending in February 2028. Revenues at FedEx Freight declined 5.3% year over year to $2.09 billion as tonnage fell 7.6%. And revenue per hundredweight on yield increased just 2.2%. So if you don't know, a lot of LTL is done by the weight, kind of like they figure out how much weight they can get on a trailer. The more you have your trailers up toward maximum capacity, obviously the more money you're going to make. So it's not good when your tonnage goes down. That means either you got to take trucks off the road, or you're not using as much of your cross dock warehouse space as efficiently. Not good. Approximately 90% of the LTL unit's top line comes from business-to-business transactions. Uncertainty around a rapidly changing trade landscape is weighing on capital investment in domestic manufacturing, which only recently punched through a 2-year-plus downturn. Thursday updates on FedEx showed that trends in the line with recent updates from other LTL carriers, which have reported mid to high single-digit tonnage declines year over year. That is not good. That's bad for the economy, honestly. If LTL's not moving freight, we might have some problems here. So watch out for that. 2026, if you got the money, hey, you could buy FedEx Freight. I'm just saying. Long time coming. Val Pass, 2650 fine for unchained trucks that spin out on I-70. The city of Vail has voted an ordinance that will charge truckers more than $2,600 in fines if they spin out on I-70 without chains. Woo, be aware of them chain laws out there, because I'm going to tell you what, that'll knock a hole in your month right there. $2,650 fine. The ordinance was voted in by the Vail, Colorado Council members on Tuesday, March 18th. It implements a $2,650 fine for truck drivers who drive along I-70 without chains, spin out, and block the roadway while the chain laws are in effect. The ordinance also implements a $1,500 fine for passenger vehicles driving without chains while state chain laws are in effect. It is unclear whether the new ordinance and fine will go into effect. Wow. So there you go, folks. You have officially been warned about that one. Get your chains out if you're going to Colorado. I'm just saying. There is officially no more overnight parking allowed in San Antonio. I love these bastards. They want their crap, but they won't give us a place to park. The city of San Antonio has officially approved an amendment to the city's code that will restrict semi-truck parking within the city limits. The attempt to amend the ordinance started about 3 years ago and was approved by the San Antonio, Texas City Council on Thursday, March 20th. According to the news, semi-truck parking was already prohibited on residential streets, but the amendment will ban semi-trucks from parking within 1,000 feet of residential areas between the hours of midnight and 6 a.m. Yeah, when truckers are the most tired. Don't park when you're tired, boys. Just keep her in the wind, according to San Antonio City Council. The amendment allows exceptions for semi-trucks loading and unloading or making emergency repairs. So if you're getting loaded or unloaded, you can park. If you're helping the city, you can park. But if you're just passing through, don't park here. Just saying. Keep your tired ass on the road. The amendment also raises the fine for violating the ordinance from $35 to $500. The charge will go into effect in 30 days, April 19th. Truckers will be allowed a 60-day warning period before any fines are issued, and citations will only be issued after 90 days. Whoo, man, that is a big old load of boom boom. That is a bunch of crap. There's about to be one less railroad bridge to worry about. This old 12.7, not 12.7, 12-foot 7-inch bridge. Let's talk about it. There's about to be one less railroad bridge for drivers to worry about thanks to planning demolition happening this week in Connecticut. The railroad bridge in West Main Street between Thomason Avenue and Sperry Street in downtown Waterbury, Connecticut, is scheduled for demolition this week. The project started Friday, March 21st, and is expected to continue through Monday, March 24th. The demolition has been coordinated through the Connecticut Department of Transportation and the city of Waterbury, along with Waterbury Mayor Paul Pernunsky. The 12-foot 7-inch bridge has been responsible for hundreds of can opener wrecks, they call them, through the years. But once the project is completed, the drivers will have one less low clearance bridge to worry about. There you go. I like stories like that. Good news. Now for a little bit more of a controversial story. I don't like to get everybody stirred up, but I definitely want to talk about this one, okay? CHP puts a sober driver out of service for empty beer bottles, unopened bottles, in the mini fridge. So I know a lot of people think of their truck as their home, and they use that argument so they can have a, pew pew on there. YouTube doesn't like when you say those words, so pew pew. YouTube doesn't like that, so I'm not going to say it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. So I know a lot of people use that argument to keep one of those, in their truck. I'm not saying you're wrong or right, but I'm saying, what about beer? Does that qualify? Now, number one, let's talk about, before I even read this, I want to say something to you. I ain't judging you. If you want to drink a beer, I give two craps. As long as you're sober when you go driving, I don't care what you do in your off time, okay? But throw the damn empty ones away, right? I mean, that's just common sense. Because they don't know if you drank those an hour ago or 3 days ago. Throw the empty ones out. My recommendation would be, if you can't drink a 6-pack, don't buy a 6-pack, okay? If you can't drink 6 of them, don't buy 6 of them, or be willing to throw full ones away. I would not be rolling down the road with beer in my fridge. I just wouldn't invite this. I just wouldn't want to. Let's get to the story. California Highway Patrol is reminding the trucking community about the rules of having alcoholic beverages on board a commercial motor vehicle after a recent interaction that led to an out of service. On March 20th, the Conahoe Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Facility took to social media with a warning for truckers who drive with beer or other alcoholic beverages inside of their truck. During the inspection of an overweight violation, our inspectors heard glass clinking noise from within the cab. Upon further investigation, our officers found 4 empty and 3 unopened bottles of beer were found within the vehicle. The driver was determined not to be under the influence, but was placed out of service for 24 hours for the possession of alcohol in the vehicle. Yeah, this boy had bought a 12-pack of Corona. I don't think that's a good idea. It says no driver shall be on duty or operate a commercial motor vehicle while the driver possesses wine of not less than 1/2 of 1% of alcohol by volume. Yeah, beer, whatever. That's the official rule. Basically, you're not allowed to have alcohol in the truck, I saw a guy buy a bottle of whiskey one time at a truck stop, and in the manner in which he done it, I was like, he was pretty thoughtful. I think he was buying it for like going home, maybe, and maybe he lives in a dry county or something. He said, I'm gonna swing by the truck stop and get me a bottle of whiskey. But having it on you is one thing, and honestly, I don't see a problem if the seal is still intact. If that guy bought that bottle of whiskey and you pull him over and he's got a bottle of whiskey in the truck, but the seal is still intact, I don't see a problem with that. But I don't make the laws, so you do you. Be very careful about it. Overnight truck parking pilot program, New York City to offer metered commercial vehicle parking in industrial areas. The New York City Department of Transportation announced the launch of a pilot program that uses metered commercial vehicle parking to encourage truck drivers to stop parking illegally. On March 20th, 25, New York City DOT debuted an overnight truck parking pilot program, which officials hope will improve parking compliance and minimize overnight truck parking in residential areas. I like this. Hey, it's you're gonna have to pay for it. That's a bummer, but it's a place to park. If you're doing business for free is kind of weird. Given it is public space, maybe it's like public roads. So I don't know if we should be able to park there or not. I don't know. Overnight truck parking pilot program introducing metered parking in select industrial business zones for commercial vehicles, including large tractor trailers. This one-year pilot program provides approximately 45 new legal spaces in Brooklyn, Bronx, and Queens, helping truck drivers comply with federal mandated rest periods while reducing illegal overnight parking in residential areas. Drivers who use the Park NYC app to pay $10 for each eight what? Just, I guess, 8 hours maybe? I don't know. It says, it just ends the story at 8. I don't know. No, just 8. 10 for 8. I don't know what that means. But there you go. Just look for it. It says 24-hour metered commercial vehicles only except Sunday. Well, hell, you can't park on Sunday? I don't know. Man, they crazy out here. They think truckers working 9 to 5 apparently out here. You can't park on Sunday, and then in San Antonio, you can't park between midnight and 6 a.m. When do you think people get sleepy, right? But anyway, that's the program. 7 people have been deported after an ICE raids Louisiana truck stop. Damn it, TA. Louisiana officials have confirmed that the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement conducted enforcement at a truck stop last week and detained several individuals. An ICE raid took place March 13th at the TA Express truck stop in Houston, Louisiana. I think's how you say that. Houston. During the enforcement action, agents detained and later deported 7 individuals. It appears that these individuals were found to be in violation of federal immigration laws, prompting action by ICE. Jimmy Silvo, owner of TA Express, told KTBS, from my understanding, one of them had a work permit. 2 of them didn't. I don't know where the other 4 came from. I talked to Homeland Security guys, and they said that they were picking up the guys just going to get them and go. I said, we will cooperate in any way. Then they grabbed them and left. Damn it, boys. ICE is coming to get them. Employee charged with murder of an Illinois trucking company CEO. Come on, baby. An Arizona man has been charged in connection with the death of an employer in Crestwood, Illinois earlier this month. On March 15th, Scottsdale resident Joseph Sully, 52, was charged with first-degree murder and death of Daniel Kolsky, according to the Crestwood Police Department. Around 4 p.m. on March 5th, police and firefighters responded to ATG truckload facility located in Crestwood for a structure fire. After the fire was put out, authorities discovered the body of a male on a second floor of the building amid heavy smoke. The body was identified as Koletsky, CEO of ATG Truckload. Investigators launched a death and arson investigation that say pointed towards Suckley. Suckley, how you say it? I don't suck. Who was an employee. Police were able to track Suckley to a truck stop in Holland, Michigan, where he was arrested at the truck stop by Holland police on March 6th. Police said that the cause of death for Kolesky was a homicide resulting from injuries to the victim's neck caused by sharp pointed object. Damn it, boy. Suckley was extradited from Michigan to Illinois on the 14th, where he will face murder charges. They say he was owed lots of money. Yes. I read another story about that where it said he was owed lots of money by that trucking company owner. So if you owe your employees a lot of money, make sure you get them paid up. You might get stabbed in the neck and your place burnt to the ground. Just saying, it's a fair warning. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you could, smash that like button on the way out. If you're new here and you enjoyed this and you got anything from it, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of each other out there. Remember, people are more important than trucking. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back, take all your information, and you'll be in the network.